You're watching Thunder Insider, presented by Integris Health.
Well, from Utah to Minnesota, the Thunder started their season on the road for the second year in a row. Oddly enough, it's only the second time in franchise history that's happened. And now it's the first time in Thunder history they've started game one on the road and come away with a win. So let's go back now to check in with our broadcast team who's on the road with the team, Brian and Grant, as they talk about what to expect from this team in the first couple of weeks.
Well, now that we're into the regular season, Scott Brooks is playing 8, 9, 10 guys a night rather than 14, 15 players. Grant, as that rotation shortens. Well, I'm going to piggyback off of what Derek Fisher said as we got ready to start the regular season, and that is that you would see maybe a truer brand of Thunder basketball with that shorter rotation.
I think you will see it to some degree because you're going to have the normal rotation in place, but I think Scott Brooks, into the first month of the regular season, I still think he's going to be searching for different combinations to see how effective they can be as the season moves along.
I think of that phrase that you hear sometimes in the corporate world, dynamic tension, and he's made it very clear that nobody's spot is safe. The sixth man, seventh man, whoever comes off the bench, those jobs are not guaranteed, nor are playing minutes.
Well, that's why it's so important for the guys to continue to play. That's why it's so important for Scott Brooks and his staff to continue to evaluate the players as they get playing time, because again, those different combinations will serve different purposes as the season moves along, and I think Scott Brooks has to have a great handle on what he has on the floor.
I do think it is worth repeating what the Thunder said from the beginning of training camp on, Grant, and that is that this team, when Russell Westbrook comes back, this team wants to be playing better basketball regardless of his absence.
Well, I think it's going to be important for everybody to be able to have some ownership in the first part of this season before Russell Westbrook gets back, simply because you had Scott Brooks rather call for more ball movement. That's going to allow other guys to get involved in the offense and create offense. So with that being said, they're going to be up and running in in a month or so. And when this team hits its stride sometime in January or February, it's going to be very dangerous.
Well, thanks, guys. We'll see you back here next week on the show. Well, there is a lot of hard work that goes on during the season, not just for the team, but for the people that support them, including the Thunder girls. During the course of the season, we want you to get to know all of these 20 girls who represent the Thunder on and off the court. Today, we get to know Bailey, who's from right here in Oklahoma City.
Hi, my name is Bailey, and this is my third season as a Thunder girl. I started dancing at the age of 12. I did cheer before that, and then I wasn't too into the tumbling or the stunts, but I love the dance part about it. And so at age 12, which is a lot older than some of the girls when they started dancing on the team, I decided to take my first hip hop class, and I fell in love, and I've been doing it ever since. Putting a smile on my fans' faces when I perform for them is probably one of the greatest feelings, just because it's been a dream come true, and it's something I've always wanted to do since I was little. I think it's important to give back to the community because they believe strongly in our organization, and I think it brings Oklahoma together. My favorite part about giving back to the community, I love the Target holiday shopping spree. Giving them a present that, they didn't expect in the first place it's so heartwarming, and I feel so humble and so happy to be a part of this organization. My favorite part about being a Thunder girl, I would have to say performing. I mean, community is always big in my heart, but performing is my dream and why I wanted to do this. And so when I get to perform on that court, it's a dream come true, and it's my passion, and it's everything I've wanted it to be and more.
And that is the first in a series of 20 spotlighting each Thunder girl here on Thunder Insider. Well, as the Moore community continues to battle back from the May tornado, there's still a lot of rebuilding to do. The Herrera family is one of many that lost their home back in May, so the Herreras, along with Habitat for Humanity and some of our Thunder staff, teamed up to help give this family a place once again to call their own.
All right, so all the way around.
Tornado changed your life, and we have been trying to recover normal life.
I think it's been a lot of change, but within these last 5 months, we've seen how the community has come together, how all your friends, your family, companies, or, in this case, NBA Cares has been here. We had Continental, we have many churches that have been throughout this time helping us. So it was a tragic event that brought the best out of the whole community.
That really is a blessing to us. Everybody is helping us a lot since the tornado passed, and today we are very happy to see too many people work here at our house.
Is another sample of how solid is the Oklahoma. Oklahoma is strong due to the unity. Everyone gives support.
It's nice to see when they come out, when they are supporting. And I know this is just one example of the many things that the Thunder does. So it feels good.
Habitat for Humanity hopes to build several hundred homes which are affected by tornadoes in central Oklahoma in the next few years. If you are interested in applying, just go to centraloklahomahabitat.org.
Ahead on Thunder Insider.
Rumble's had a busy day. He's been going nonstop all day, and that's exciting. I think it's great for Oklahoma City. Rumble just brings all of that to the city and just spreads that cheer to get everybody kicked off for the Thunder season.